to support Kurdish fighters who hold Afrin in northwest Syria. The Turkish military attacked with mortar and rockets. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan called this attack an artillery fire, adding the convoy was made up of terrorists acting independently. He opposed the Syrian government's intervention and stated Turkish troops will soon besiege the Afrin area in the next few days. CGTN's Ala Ibrahim has more from Damascus.
1 month after the Turkish incursion into the Syrian city of Afrin, Syrian pro-government forces have said that they too have entered the district. The local Kurdish militias in control of Afrin and its countryside, known as the YPG or the People's Protection Units, have said in a statement that on Tuesday the Syrian government responded to their appeals and sent in military units to be deployed along the borders with Turkey to help defend Syrian territories. The majority of the forces that entered Afrin were Iranian-backed militias, in what appears to be an indication of the regional significance of this move. The Syrian state media said that the forces that entered the district of Afrin were popular forces, a term used by government media to describe pro-government militias. A source in the Syrian Ministry of Defense tells CGTN that units that entered Afrin were light units without any heavy weapons, numbering under 2,000 in the first phase or the initial phase of the operation. Further deployment of Syrian troops in the city of Afrin and around it would require, according to Syrian officials, Kurdish acceptance of the terms put on the table by Damascus that include the Kurdish militias dissolving themselves and surrendering their weapons and military positions to the Syrian army. Hours after the military convoy tried to enter the district of Afrin, the Syrian state news agency Sana reported that Turkish artillery shelled the convoy. But local fighters from the YPG are telling CGTN that the shells were more of a warning than an actual attack. Meanwhile, here in Damascus and its countryside, the Syrian army and its allies pressed ahead with their military campaign to take Eastern Ghouta. Eastern Ghouta is one of the largest rebel-held areas across the country and the closest one the rebels have to the Syrian capital, Damascus. It is controlled by a coalition of rebel factions like Al-Qaeda's Syrian affiliate and other Islamist factions. The Syrian army has been bringing in reinforcement for weeks now, preparing for what many experts believe to be one of the biggest battles of the Syrian war, if not the biggest battle of the Syrian war, where the Syrian army is going to try and take Eastern Ghouta from the hands of the rebels. Medical sources inside Eastern Ghouta are telling CGTN that dozens of civilians have been killed in the past 48 hours because of government air and artillery attacks. Media reports have indicated that nearly 200 civilians have been killed. Meanwhile, the Syrian Ministry of Interior said that rebel shelling of the Syrian capital Damascus using mortars and rockets have killed over 10 people and wounded 30 more, only on Tuesday. The streets here in Damascus appear empty as many people are taking shelter in their houses, fearing to leave their houses because of random and arbitrary mortar attacks. Ala Ibrahim, CGTN, Damascus.